What's going on, people? Welcome back to JSTV, back again, and I'm back this evening for the European Super League, and we've got the two heavyweights as well. Paul says Real Madrid in the mud, and Aston Villa fan Joe. How are you guys?
All good, mate. Thank you. Yourself?
I'm great, all great as well. And it's also going live on Facebook. It's also going live on X. It's also going live on Instagram as well. So do check about 40 people watching live already, which is fantastic. Thank you very much indeed for that one. And if you like the video, like what you watch, please make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. And if you like to super chat, it is open as well. Just give what it's worth. And if you'd like to become a member, it's just 99p as well. And unfortunately, I can't see the messages on Insta, but do watch the channel. And what I'll probably do, I'll go back through the comments after the show as well. And hi to Leslie, even to you again. I hope you're good. Please like and share to socials and help this channel to grow. Thank you very much indeed. Super chats are open and on the bottom right, and you could just give the chance worth as well. That's down to you. And please keep comments, especially when they be removed. Thank you. We're going to comment on one in a bit. Thank you, Les. Even to Gary V as well. And I'm sure Ian McKenna is going to be in the room soon as well. He's talking about the Super League, but he will be here very, very soon. So before we start the show, I believe, Paul, you got something to say? And I'll start with you. Joe, you got something to say as well, please?
Yeah. Personally, I've seen a lot of trolling of John for however long it's gone on. John, I've seen posts and do you know what? Honestly, grow up and stop it. It's ridiculous. I said, at the end of the day, it's ridiculous, and you can keep making new accounts every time. You will get caught and you will look like a tit. So honestly, just stop it. And John's a good bloke. And he's absolutely fantastic. So just stop it, because I don't think it's any good for him. It doesn't help him out, and it makes him probably not want to be on social media. And we don't want that. And everyone preaches about mental health and everything. And I'll probably say it's probably impacted John quite a bit. So my straight answer to you would be, if it was happening to you, how would you feel? You wouldn't feel very good, would you? You'd absolutely hate it, and you probably want to kick the shit out of whoever's doing it. So, my advice is just stop it. Get on with your life. If your life's really, if you're one of those people who's not having a good life, then talk to someone, have a conversation with someone. Even, you know what, you might not even know me. Message me if you admit it's you. Have a conversation with me. I'll have a conversation with you. But as far as I'm concerned, just cut it out. It's just ridiculous now. I've seen too much now. It's just getting a lot ridiculous. That's me. My piece, son John.
Facts. Absolute facts. And before we go on to what Paul's got to say as well, because he wants to say, let's go on to Kate. Hi to Kate and Jonathan. I hope you're both good. Hi to Leslie again. And Alfie, big up to Alfie. And I think he's a big United fan as well. I could be wrong. Couldn't agree more. Shocking. Thank you, Alfie. I really appreciate that. And John's the best in the land. Kate, I appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Alfie. Alan's back again, and hi to Alan, hope you're great. And hi to Gav from Cardiff, by the way. And Gary V, hi to you. Cenk, hi to you again. Well said, John. Welcome, Gary V. Thank you. Static, thank you very much. And Leslie with a clap. Thank you. Paul, you want to say something as well, mate?
Well, I mean, look, I've been a football fan since I was a lad. I fell in love with Newcastle when I was 4 or 5 years old. My dad took me to my first game when I was that old. Saw St James Park for the first time, wowed by it, fell in love with football, fell in love with what this game is, fell in love with Newcastle as a club. And that's what football is. It's about, loving your club, following a club, talking about it, debating it, going down to the pub and saying that you know better than everyone else, you know better than the manager. I could have scored that. That's the beauty of football. And we all have debates. We all have a bit of banter. Aston Villa fans have had banter in the past. I'm sure some of it's gone over the line here and there, but most of it's friendly. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what football is. You're allowed to have banter. You're allowed to have a laugh. You can jibe at other teams. You can tell them about when they've lost or whatever. That's the beauty of football. That's what football's meant to be. It's meant to be jovial. It's meant to be go to the match. Have fun. Watch your team. Hopefully win. If they don't, you stick with the team. And all this nonsense with with what people are doing, it's just hurting what football's meant to be about. I get that you can get angry. I get that some strange people get weird about people going on YouTube to do football. I mean, that's their prerogative. They want to get angry about that. I don't understand why. This weird thing, tribalism about like where you live and if you're allowed to support that football club, etc., etc. It's all very strange. Getting mad at Adam Pearson, getting mad at Matty, getting mad at John or whatever for taking pictures. I mean, it's odd that people get so upset about this one thing that doesn't hurt them personally. I've never understood it. And making fake accounts and all this stuff, it's boring. It is boring because there's better things to talk about. We're getting into the biggest subject of this year is coming up. It really is like so big. And we got a big list of clubs that have already said they're out of the league, but we'll have to keep them to their word. But do you know what I mean? This is what we should be talking about, not about all this silly, this picture here, this, that, the other. We're all football fans at the end of the day. And if you're not, then that's fine. You don't have to be. But, I know it's, we're at a different age and a different time, but if we can get it back to just be, normal people who can have banter and have a joke and have a laugh and whatever, then that'd be brilliant. But, we live in an age where if I get banned off Twitter tomorrow, I can create the same account with the same name, with different email address and get an account. That's the problem. The only time this is going to be fixed is when each product that we have some sort of verification process to stop these sort of idiots, because it's too easy. Football players get it. We've seen some of the horrible things that Joe Willock got from the Arsenal fans. That Arsenal fan is a disgrace who put that thing up against the kids in the hospital. Was that yesterday or the day before? I mean, disgusting comment that's not needed. Talking about Oil Club and Finnish Club, and you can see all blah blah blah. It's just disgusting. Like all that in the bin. We want good football. We want to go there, have a laugh, joke around, banter with away fans. Obviously, tell the Sunderland fans that all this and that. That's the stuff we want. That's all. That's all above board and fine. If we can leave it there, that'd be brilliant. But sadly, we live in an age where social media is just too anonymous, and you're just allowed to get away with it, and there's not enough sanctions. But we'll leave it there. But yeah, that's my opinion. I just want to be a football fan.
Facts, absolute facts. Well said, you two. Yeah, and I hope the people who try to troll on a fake account and also on try to fake on here, just take it in, understand, and learn. Otherwise, get help. And that's all I'm saying on that now. That's it. Big up to Gav, by the way. Hi to you. Hi to Matty. It's great to see you at Tottenham. And it's great to see you as well. Unfortunately, I haven't got a ticket. And I've got to see you next time, mate. So you enjoy it if you are going. Right, let's go on to the Super League. Today, it's come out today. I'll start with you, Joe. You feel very strong about this. It's back on the agenda again. Apparently, UEFA and FIFA got it all wrong, and they said it could be back again. So I feel very strongly about it. I'm very uncomfortable with this coming on as well. It's going to destroy Leicester Club. So, Joe, take it away, man. Take the floor.
So I was quite surprised, to be fair, that they said it was what FIFA and UEFA were unlawful. So, yeah, my opinion on it. It is back. It will be back now. I don't think. I think Real Madrid and Barcelona are probably the two main powers behind it. I think whatever they want, they'll get it. Whether they get bigger clubs, they might. I know, obviously, like the likes of Chelsea, Spurs, Man City, Man United have all said no. So, but again, no Arsenal, no Liverpool. So, potential. One of those two could be thinking, let's have a go. But it is what it's happened. I would say all English clubs would refuse if all the clubs in Spain, Italy, France, Germany, Turkey, Denmark, Poland, Finland, if they want it, crack on. I couldn't give a shit. At the end of the day, they're not affecting us then. As long as no English teams are in it, they can just crack on, mate, because I think it's going to happen. I think it's just pure financial. I don't think there's any gain of it. Because if someone turned around to me and said, argument's sake, when you guys play Sunderland in the FA Cup, oh, do you want to watch Sunderland against Newcastle in the FA Cup on BBC One, or would you rather watch Maccabi Tel Aviv against Feyenoord in the European Super League? I know which one I'd rather watch. So again, I just don't think. I know, obviously, so I know certain English and Spanish clubs, Italian clubs are out, but it's, I don't know. It's let them crack on with it. They'll come to regret it at some point, because at the end of the day, I think Emery was asked in his press conference about the Super League, and his response was, "The Premier League is the Super League," and
yeah.
You're damn. Literally, when I seen that, I thought, you're damn bloody right. It is. We are the Super League. I said every player wants to come here. In the world, whether you're in Europe, in Asia, South America, you want to play in the Premier League. So, yeah, I completely agreed with that. It's just, I don't know. I don't agree. It shouldn't happen, because it has the potential to destroy football as a whole. It's not just English football, but like I said, as long as no English teams partake in it, I think. Do you know what? I probably think Rangers and Celtic should probably jump up in there, because that league's not exactly very competitive. So if I was those two, I'd probably jump at that, because if it's financially motivated as well, and they don't get a fat load of money, do they? So, but everyone else, I just leave it. Let us deal with our stuff, our pyramid of football. Leave our pyramid of football alone, and just crack on with the season, and just crack on for the next 20, 30 years of the best football in the world. So I'm happy. I'll go with that, mate. That's all I've got. That's what I've got to say at the moment on it. But yeah.
Totally agree. Absolutely spot on. You're absolutely right in every what you say. I mean, Emery said the Premier League is the Super League. He is so correct. I bet Sky Sports are worried if the Super League comes off. As we recall, Amazon Sports had the rights of the last Super League.
They did,
correct. And Leslie joins in with Alan as well, makes a mockery of the recent new deal with the Premier League. I tell you what, the Premier League don't even want it neither. Evening, all, hope you're good. JK, you're back in the building again. Good to see you again, mate. And if this comes on, hope Amazon gets TV rights. They've got no time for Sky. That could be a possibility. John's checking Leicester's okay. And let's chat on Alan. I need to make a shake up. Premier League is the Super League of the world. I agree. And if side there as well, which is great. And got one from Gary B. Big up to Gary. It's all about the money as usual. They want a bigger slice of the pie. Exactly. And if there's Super League, can you imagine the cost of travel to watch a game in Barca, and then you couldn't afford to go all the way games. It cost you a fortune. Absolutely, exactly, John. Totally agree. Paul, Joe just mentioned Emery saying that the Premier League is the Super League. I'm sure you got to agree with him. Also, as well, right? If it does come off, then I think it's gonna throw a whole can of worms in my book.
Well, this version isn't going to go as in this version right now, because I've got to forgive me. I've done my research for this, so I've got a list of all the clubs that have put official statements out saying they are not going to touch this league. So it'd be interesting if they go against this. They've put official statements out. So forgive me for a second, but I've got all the clubs here. So you got Man United that have done an official statement, Man City, Tottenham, Chelsea, Celtic, Porto, Sevilla, Valencia, Atletico Madrid, Real Sociedad, Villarreal, Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, PSG, Monaco, Inter, AS Roma, Atalanta, Feyenoord, and Pescara. And my favourites from Atletico Madrid, they put an official statement out, so I really enjoyed this one. Germany, France, England, Italy, and Spain, except for Real Madrid and Barcelona, oppose the Super League. We advocate for preserving domestic leagues and securing qualification for European competitions through on-field football. Brilliant. I love that.
Sensational.
Absolutely brilliant. Premier League put their own statement out. I won't read it word for word, but the Premier League pretty much just says that they continue to reject it. They think that statement, supporters are vital. Domestic cups, international competitions are, what is part of football. They're definitely against it. Now it's not going to happen. As you say, it's not every club that's come out against it. Obviously, Real Madrid come up with their own stupid statement about how much it's going to be brilliant. And then they did their little. Did you see the little advert for how it's going to work?
Yeah, I've seen it.
The most convoluted system I've ever seen in my life. A bloody, top tier league, gold league, and then like a blue league.
That's it. Yeah.
And then like so many.
Yeah, 64 teams. Where the bloody hell are they? But they've got to be. They must be speaking to Wrexham or something and saying, "Can you join us?" Because we got no one. All those list of clubs you just said, Paul, and are like the mainstays, like your Bayern Munich's, Dortmunds of Germany. Yeah. I said, "You're finished now. Those two clubs don't want it. Like you said, like Chelsea, Spurs, Man City, and Man United. Porto, probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest club in Portugal. Yeah. Inter Milan and Roma. I just think, where's these 64 teams going to come? Are they going to? I don't know. And echo the chap. I think the one chap said about the cost. I mean, imagine going to Barcelona for one game. The next week you play at home, but then the following week you're in Hamburg or something. I just think you have to take load. You can't afford it, can you? You just wouldn't be able to. It's not feasible. But like you said, I think a lot of people dismissing it. I just think brilliant. That's what you need. Kick it in this. Just put it in the sand, bury it, put a dynamite in there, blow the shit out of it, and say, "Yep, you're done now. Move on." That's what I think.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Absolutely right. I'm not going to read the next comment out, but for a start, your channel name or your what do you call it? Your YouTube name as well doesn't represent football at all whatsoever. So bye to him. Spot on, JK. No force to the fans of the club. Totally agree. Please keep comments. Thank you, Leslie. And we've got one here from Jez. Hey, Jez, how are you? Me too. Good. And yeah, the Premier League isn't perfect with all the problems we have, but it's the best league in the world. I do love Italian football as well. Nicely done, Les. Don't say anything to Jez. And let's go through as well. And then Jersey in the cubicle. I like it. Some more comments as well. Just keep those comments coming in as well. Alan's got an interesting one as well. Alan, Barca and Madrid don't like being second fiddle. Where money and power is concerned, the Premier League is top of the world. You know what it is, right? Alan's got a good point there. Barca and Madrid are so hell-bent having this Super League, right? As far as I'm concerned, Paul, they may as well just have it on their own, because I tell you what, none of us ain't interested. And I'll say it now, if Newcastle gets into the Super League, I'll be very disappointed, because I don't feel comfortable going into this league at all whatsoever, because the lesser clubs, for me, are just going to be put out.
Look, our owners are guilty of a lot of things at times. One thing that they haven't been at most of the times is tone deaf. They have reacted to ticket situations as best they can. I know that there's still kick-off about ballots. I get it. There's still things that are going on with the club, but our owners aren't dumb. They're not stupid people, and they know for a fact that it's absolute kryptonite to put any advance onto the Super League. They know. Any club would know that it's just, you put yourself forward with a positive statements about that league, you're finished. You just, do you know what I mean? So they'd have to be absolutely tone deaf to go with it. They won't. I don't think we'll even be invited. I don't care. I don't want to be in it anyway, but I don't think we would have been invited anyway, because we're not considered an elite club. We would have been in the Blue League probably with Wrexham. So that's fine, whatever. But we don't want anything to do with it. Nothing. Not at all. I mean, it's funny how some of the clubs that wanted to be in it the first time, like Man United and stuff, have rushed out this time immediately. We're not in it. Don't worry. We were in it the first time, but forget that. We're not in it the second time. That's what matters. We're really good. We're a really good club.
Guys, can I take over, guys, quickly? So I'm going to come out again. Yeah, you keep carrying on, right? Just carry on, Paul, and you carry on as well, Joe. I'll be back in 2. Anyways. Carry on.
But yeah, that's what made me laugh, is that Man United coming out going, we when we're against Rio Ferdinand was like really speedy there, really brilliant there for Man United. It's like they were speedy enough the first time to say they were going to be in it.
That's it. Yeah.
You've forgotten.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's just. the thing is, it's like they know now what would that reaction like Liverpool, like Liverpool, like when it come out the first time, like people hanging banners in the gates and it's like they know what will happen if they do it again. But it's like if Villa did it, I don't think they would, but if they did, I wouldn't. I had nothing to do with that club no more. I'd literally be like, yeah, see you later. I'll just be like, yeah, I ain't getting involved in you then, because I said at the end of the day, football fans spend enough money as it is then, but then ask them to go, oh yeah, you got to fly to Spain to go play a game, and then 2 weeks later you got to go fly to France, and then 2 weeks later you got to go to Portugal, and it's just like, no.
You'd have to have two squads, because you'd be asking your team to do Saturday at Saturday at Brighton, and then Wednesday in Saudi Arabia, let's say against Barcelona, to come back for Saturday to play Aston Villa.
Yeah, like you'd have to probably ask FIFA or not even FIFA. Like you'd have to ask the Premier League. We need a 32-man squad or something, because you're just gonna get your squad's just gonna be absolutely shredded. Like by December, they'll absolutely be that double. I need a break now. But again, it's like they're very quick. They was all very quick to say no. Atletico Madrid statement, that was good. I quite like that. But again, it's just the two.
Like the little jab at
do you know what? It's the thing is, it's like, I mean, someone pointed out today when Real Madrid, that Fiorentino Perez, like did a video, and someone said, look behind him, they're all UEFA trophies. They're Super Cups and Champions Leagues, and it's like, well, are you just gonna bin them off then just for an extra 400 million? Like, but to be fair, I said, like, if it was just Barcelona and Real Madrid, you wouldn't. I've watched them, and they're both. Do you know what? It's like watching a League Two game. They are both dreadful. They are horrendous. The only good thing about the fixture, I think I watched the game early this season, only about a month and a half ago, was Bellingham. The rest of that, I remember saying to my dad a few weeks ago, saying, do you know what? We could beat that Barcelona team. I think a lot of teams in the Premier League would, because they are poor. I mean,
United beat them, so that shows you.
Oh God, yeah. I was going to say, I don't know. Bloody hell, they if they beat you, Jesus Christ, there's something Kent right is there. But
no, you're right. It's one of those where it's not. We're not talking about Jose Mourinho years of Real Madrid. We're not talking about Zidane levels of like when they were like unbelievable. When they're in their prime. They're not. I think the league on Sky gets. It must get some views, but I doubt it gets into the millions. Arsenal Liverpool this weekend. Is it this weekend? Arsenal Liverpool.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday.
Do you know what I mean? That's going to probably have. That's good. I'm guessing here. That's probably going to have like 20-30 million views. Like there'll be a lot of people who want to watch that game. Now, Real Madrid and Barcelona, I get it's a big game, but I bet you on Sky that probably gets 5 million, maybe, because of the names.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's a weird fixture, because they play it like 3:15 on a Saturday sometimes. It's really like, I'm sorry, Villa's on at 3:00. I'm sorry, I ain't watching that. But I mean, I watched it this season just out of like, I might give it a watch. And do you know what? I've turned it off, and I thought. I learned two things: that Bellingham is a generational talent, even though I probably knew he already was, and that was probably one of the worst games of football I've seen in Spanish. I mean, the quality on show is just horrendous. It's just bad, and I just think if one of those two win the Champions League this season, I'm jumping out my window. I'll tell you, I'm just jumping out the window. I don't care. It's just, I can't see how any of those two can win that. It's just absolutely horrendous. I mean, I look at I actually think the favourites for it is probably Arsenal.
Yeah,
potentially.
I wouldn't rule them out. I wouldn't rule them out. Like, I would not rule them out because I think a favourable draws all the way. But I still think Madrid. I'm going to say Madrid's going to win the Champions League because I think Bellingham's in fine form, unfortunately. But it'd be nice seeing an English club win it as well. How would I do apologise, guys? I went off again because my screen went blank. Do apologise. I'm back.
That's all right.
How would the Super League affect the Champions League? That's a good question. I mean, I think they're going to. If the Super League comes in, are they going to scrap the Champions League? Because I tell you one thing, it'd be too much football. Have the Super League, the Champions League, and other competitions as well. I've got Baza. Hi to Baza. Even logged in. Just want to say well done for standing up to the trials. People need to think about people who suffer from mental health issues. I get told about podcasts, shed loads, I've blocked the loads. You know what it is, Baz? Good on you. Good on you. I don't like anyone getting bullied or anyone getting trolled whatsoever. Alan said, I've been able to go bust. We're the 19th club on Opta's list, 19th richest club in the world. Thank you, Liz. I hope Liverpool go for it. I cannot stand rubbish chatting, Alan. Thank you, John. Welcome back, you. Was it Barca? That's all the TV rights as well and into the future and get some cash flow. Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No wonder they want to flip in Super League as well. Let's focus on reading about it because of how broke they were. They are broke, and I couldn't put players on the books due to money issues as well. All the other clubs, George, come out and say they don't want the Super League. The Premier League don't want it. PSG don't want it. Atletico Madrid and Atletico Madrid didn't want it either. Some Italian clubs didn't want it. Inter Milan's one of them as well. Do you know what? We got to stand up and praise them.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely spot on. PSG, I'm very surprised by because I thought that's probably their best chance of winning something, a European trophy. But I think I think fair play to them. I mean, Inter Milan, you like Roma's, and brilliant. Carry on with it, man. All these clubs just need to say no. If you want European Super League. You're going to get one, but you're not going to get people watching it. Simple as that. I'd probably at 5:30 on a Saturday night, I'd probably rather watch a National League game than that. So and at the end of the day, I get enough stress watching bloody Villa. I don't want to be watching that crap either on Amazon Prime or something with bloody Ali McCoy shouting his gob off. But,
I like Ali McCoy. I think he's
I do. To be
you
fair,
you know what I mean.
I do. To be fair, he's all right. I just don't. But we don't need it. We don't. We get good amount of football, especially over Christmas, because we're the only country that we're the only country that doesn't have a break, so we keep the football flowing and that. But all the clubs that have said no, great, fantastic. All the clubs that haven't said no, I'd crack on very quickly because otherwise fans are going to start thinking you're fucking thinking about this, aren't you? And to be fair, they were quite quickly like the English clubs coming out. So if Arsenal and Liverpool still have, I don't know if they haven't still put anything out, my guess is they are thinking about it potentially. And I think the likes of Liverpool, I think Liverpool are in a bit of a situation now because of what Klopp said about their fans yesterday. And I just think to myself, if they get beat by Arsenal on Saturday evening, so to say, I think you might see those fans turn, possibly, potentially. Because the one thing you don't do, and it's probably the rule of any owner, every manager, is you do not piss the fans off. Because if you piss them off, you're literally you're on a stool. As soon as you piss the fans off, you might as well give it a kick, and it'll happen very quickly. So I think that's frustration on his part, but I don't see why he talks about an atmosphere. You won 5-1. Those kind of games, it's just about winning. We were awful against Brentford on Sunday, but we beat them. I couldn't care how we played. I don't. We played tomorrow. We got Sheffield United tomorrow night. I couldn't give a shit if we play bad. If we win 1-0 with a last minute own goal, I couldn't give a crap. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next 24 hours or so.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's done a grand job of United as well. And got one here for I read that one and couldn't put players on the books due to money issues. The American-owned clubs have shown more interest in the idea. The Americans don't like the relegation model in football leagues. Man United, wow. As well, the Glazers, they need to be out to move that club going forward. Alan, you got to love Alan's ambitions, Andy. Jude Bellingham is wasting his time at Real Madrid. Let him come to the tune. Wow.
Liverpool have not made any statement as of yet. I'll just check their Twitter and their official website. No statement from Liverpool as we speak.
What does that tell you? They got American owners as well.
American owners.
Hard. Exactly.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, Chelsea hasn't come out against this. Have come out against it. Sorry, my bad. That's just very surprised as well. We love Andy McCoy. Yes, we do. Yeah, surprisingly, because Boy hates the relegation model too. And you probably know about the Premier League too much. I'm pretty sure other teams, seen Sunderland, they do ask for a refund on their travel tickets. You know what? Let's honestly smash them. That's all I care about.
Did Sunderland get asked? Does anyone know? Does Sunderland get asked to go into the Super League?
I have no idea. But if they did, Europeans are probably thinking, who are Sunderland? Never heard of them. Sorry, Sunderland fans, if you're watching the chat as well. I know there's good Sunderland fans on as well.
Just seeing the comment, that's what made me laugh.
I had a tweet said about me. In a good way, good banterish way. So John asked for 2 tickets if he had us wear. So I did a few emoji laughs, and he goes, "It's great to see you laugh, my man." That was it. And if Liverpool go for it, they may play more matches in Turkey. That would give Klopp a chance to get more cosmetic work done. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Good stuff. So the Super League as well. I mean, Paul, let's be real, right? I mean, it's all about the dollar sign if this goes through. It's all about it. But it's not going to come out until 2025, 26. But at the end of the day, right? I mean, I think they're protecting the bigger clubs. I mean, you look at clubs that didn't qualify for the Champions League. Chelsea didn't qualify for the Champions League. Their high-profile name didn't qualify. Tottenham didn't qualify as well. Do you know what I mean? But listen, they just don't want... Can you imagine a Champions League without Barcelona, Real Madrid for that season? I'll tell you something. They were hated. They were losing money.
Well, yeah, like I said, the model as they've put out this version of a Super League isn't going to happen. It won't, because look at the clubs that have declared themselves out. It won't be profitable because people aren't going to watch it. They're just not. People want to watch it because in their head, the biggest clubs on the planet are going to be in it. So you've already lost all the people I've mentioned are some of the biggest clubs in the whole of the world who aren't going to be playing in it. So what you're going to have, Barcelona, Real Madrid and Liverpool playing each other off in Dublin or something. And no one's going to watch, no one's going to care. So this version right now isn't going to happen. I'm not saying it won't happen again because I'll probably think of a new way to try and, because it's an obsession to get this to work. But as it stands, this version right now, the one they've put out isn't going to work because, like I said, all those clubs that have declared themselves out will make it unwatchable. I mean, the clubs that have come out in favour of it are clubs, all of them, funnily enough, as we've already said, most of them are clubs who are in desperate need of some money. So, there's obviously, prior engagement of why they want to be in this league because they want to earn more money. But at the end of the day, no one's going to care about, Barcelona playing. I can't remember who was in favour. Was it Torino and all these other teams that have come in favour of it? Yeah, who's going to watch that? In the nicest possible way. I'm not slagging off the clubs, but if that's the big game on Super League TV, and you've got Liverpool, Liverpool versus Aston Villa in a who can get the top 4. I know what I'd rather watch. Do you know what I mean?
I totally agree.
Would be in it. Liverpool would be there. Sorry, Arsenal versus Aston Villa. I'll change the club. Who's going to win for the top 4? I'd rather watch Aston Villa Arsenal any day of the week, even with Arteta in his stupid face. I'd rather watch that.
Oh, we did have to watch that. We did have to have that twat on the fucking touchline. Fucking hell, it was a fucking. I could see him in the director's box where I was sitting, and Jesus Christ, I just don't get the bloke. I just think the bloke has lost his marbles. I don't know where they've gone, but it's almost like he's left them at Man City and just completely changed personality because he's an absolute tit. I've never known such a. I don't know. He's like a child. If he doesn't get his own way, he's running up and down the touchline. He's shouting at the fourth official, and I'm like, when he is gonna and I've got to look at it. I think when he is actually gonna turn around, the rest going to turn around to him and go, "Shut the hell up," or go sit in the stand because it's just like it's madness. Like it's like you said, Paul. I think there's better games out there with probably, it's like when we played you start of the season. that was probably the most anticipated game of that weekend. It was like no one cared about Man City or Liverpool. It was Newcastle Villa. It obviously didn't end well for us, but that's just how it is. That's just the way the world football is now. So I'm just reading one of the questions here. How would the likes of Man City cope with the Club World Cup? If they
useless.
So we are the Geordies. If Man City are in it, I couldn't give a shit how they cope with it. Fuck them. Yeah. I hope they get injuries. I wouldn't care less as long as your club's not in it, my club's not in it, and whatnot. I couldn't care what they do. It's up to that's their choices, their money, and their time they're going to waste. So.
Yeah,
it's some weird title though. Remember Chelsea fans singing that they were like champions of the world or something, in some sad singing song they were.
They're just It's like I think I don't know. I think who Man City played. Yesterday, and it was like we're going to be champions of the world. And I said, "You've beat Ura Red Diamonds," and I said, "I'm not being funny, but freaking Chesterfield could probably beat them." I'm not being funny. That you can't, and they play Flamengo in the final. I mean, nice. that's just like, all right, you'll win it. You'll win a Club World Cup, but you're not like, I mean, you're not champions of the world. You just beat two really bang average teams that probably wouldn't do well in the championship. So but again, it's one of them. That I'm surprised they'd not jump into the chance of it, because I generally thought they'd have been like, oh, we'll have that. We'll have a bit of that. We can try and hide our financial difficulties even more if we get that. Our 115 charges.
When the news happened this morning, I was really surprised that obviously when Man United came out with their statement, I was thinking, here's a statement them saying they're going to go in it. And I was like, oh, not. Okay. And then more clubs followed. And I was like, wow, okay, that's interesting. I thought like yourself, I thought Man City for definite, Chelsea for definite, Man United for definite, Liverpool. Well, we haven't heard from Liverpool yet, but it was interesting to see them go against it. But whether that's because they don't see this version working, because you've got the details up, and maybe they were like, this model makes no sense. Yeah. The whole Star Gold and Blue League. I mean, what? These many people can get relegated. Like in the Blue League, what's like 30 clubs can be relegated or something stupid like that, and they pick another 30 clubs to come into it who would be new clubs. It's like, where are you finding these clubs? What?
So
20 the two finalists get promotion. The two finalists, not the person that's won the final. The two finalists. How does that work? That's like going to the championship, going, you both get into the Premier League, but one of you win.
Yeah. Hang on a sec. They've got a women's one as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh shit! Do you know? Oh hell no! No one's gonna watch that. No, don't leave that. No. Oh no! Do you know what? Honest to God, I think women's football has been absolutely amazing in this country. But I said it with obviously the World Cup in the summer. But it's. Do you know what? I've watched like you get like the Women's Champions League on DAZN, and I've watched quite a few, and I watched Barcelona's women's team. And they're a level above any women's team. They would absolutely destroy. They destroy Man City. They destroy Arsenal. They destroy Chelsea. Do you know what? I'll probably say they'd probably beat some men's teams. How good they are, but a women's Champions League's not good, because that's pretty. No other team's got a chance of winning it other than Barcelona, because it's just there's that, and then there's that, which is Barcelona, but I didn't know they was doing the women. I don't know, but the 4 teams would drop out of the league, and then the end of the.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I left those message out there as well. Like, so fans in the chat, if you don't know how this works out, this is going to be it. It's going to be plan details. So you have a read of that, and then
it's pretty much in the top. I'll try and explain it in like layman's terms, just for people to save them to read it. So pretty much the Star League, with all of in their opinion, all of the main clubs they want. Only 2 teams can be relegated from the Star League, who are the bottom of the table. They play off each other, but both get relegated no matter what, which is bizarre. Then you have the Gold League, where you get to a final to win the cup. And then even though you've won the cup, both of you get promoted, which is bizarre. And then you have the Blue League, where I think 4 teams get relegated into the Blue League. And then when you get relegated from the Blue League, there's like 30-odd club or something ridiculous. It was a mad amount of clubs that get relegated from the Blue League. And then they pump another 30 clubs into the Blue League, which then you can potentially get yourself up to the Star League. But as someone they pointed out really well that whoever's in that Star League, pretty much, they're going to be in it constantly. If you have Real Madrid, all these, Man City, if these teams decided to go in favour of it, they're not going to get knocked out. They're not. It's just going to be the same clubs over and over and over again, winning that league for pointless reasons, and it would be awful. It would just be terrible. The thing that made me laugh the most was the fact that you can get to a final, one of you wins the cup, which I get, that makes sense. So one of you wins the cup, lift the trophy, but both of you get promoted, which makes no sense. Why is it not just one? Why does
that's just like, hang on, so so argument's sake, it won't be us because it could be Chelsea Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final. Liverpool win it on penalties, but then Chelsea will have in their honours winners 2024 the Carabao Cup, but Liverpool lifted it.
And they'll both be in Europe.
They'll both be. Oh, that's. I'll tell you what. Whoever was in that room, they were eating some fucking marijuana cookies. Jesus Christ!
Sorry.
sorry. Jesus.
So it's just someone who's a regular watcher as well, and she doesn't Listen, I'm going to cut in, guys, because I've got loads of messages coming through. Please keep coming in as well. And how would like to sit here, cope with a Club World Cup, etc. There's a lot of football if you add the Super League. I could have to agree. Big up to Sean Moroni. Sean, evening, man. Hope you're having a good one. First time watching. Meant to subscribe before, but just got around to it now. Thank you for subscribing, Sean. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. And if Newcastle into the Super League, they will have to buy a jet to for the fans. Alan, I wouldn't go into that competition. It's just no way. Didn't the advert for the A22 Vision Super League say would be feed of fans? How does that work out? Wow, that's interesting. Wow.
What? Yeah.
I tell you what, if it's free flight, cool, I'd take that. But I don't want to be in the Super. I'd rather just do it for the correct channels. Would City and Chelsea be allowed in Super League with potential FFP breaches? That's a very good question.
They're probably encouraged in the Super League to reach FFP.
Yeah, and get away with it.
Yeah.
And get away with it, obviously.
Yeah. Big up to Sean, Chelsea fan. Thank you, Sean. And if you're a Chelsea fan, United fan, City fan, Liverpool fan, Arsenal fan, Real Madrid fan, or Munich fan, you're welcome to the channel. And you always have an open channel. We do love our channel, and it's a positive channel too. Lads, do you think City don't win the Prem? Pepper leave? Nah, he's not leave City. He'll not leave City, no way. He's got a lot of things to do as well. All good in terms of FFP, only P and S in the Prem. Would stand European FFP rugby going out of the window. That's an interesting thing, Joe.
I'm just looking at Alan's comment then. If Man City don't win the league, Man City are winning it, Alan. We are. Aston Villa are winning the Premier League. We're winning it. Do you know what? All truth be told, I think if he doesn't win it, I think he will leave. He doesn't look. They don't look like they're playing for him now. It looks really kind of. Haaland's getting niggling injuries. He's not playing very well. He's not scoring as much. Might leave. Might go.
When you've won a treble, it's kind of like, do you know what I mean? Like, where do you go from there?
That's it. That's it. You can't. He's not gonna. He's not. The only other thing is quadruple, but you can't do that because they're out the Carabao Cup at night now. So again, it's almost like not good. So it'll be interesting to see. But
I'm with you. I think that maybe he might. Just to say like, he's done it. I mean, he's done enough for Man City. He's going to leave a legacy forever, no matter what. So if he says like, look, I've had my time here. I've done the treble. That's the best thing I'm going to do. I'm not going to top it, equal it one day, but I'm not going to top that because it's the best, one of the best things I'm going to do. Thanks for everything. I'll see you later. Do you know what I mean? I think, I know your fans will be upset, but he doesn't look as hungry anymore. Nor do the players. I think sometimes you can be too long. You can be in a club too long.
Yeah, that's it. I think he was on about what's his face the other day, Calvin Phillips. Like saying he's not going to fit into it. He has no intention of putting him into the starting 11. So what's the point buying him? What's the point buying him then? You've just spent 45 million on someone who you're not going to play. Well done. That's just 45 million wasted now. And he's not gonna claw that back now from, if someone was in for him in January, you're going to be lucky to get 30 million from him because of his not been playing. So he's made some, I think it's some decision I think he's made. It's they're kind of a bit weird here. Like, I think Phillips is obviously one. Cole Palmer, letting him leave was a really weird one. Letting Mahrez go as well. So I think even though he was probably pushing 30, 31, I still think he's one of those players who can just change a game just like that. But so I think some decisions are catching up with him now. I think he's probably thought, at end of the season, I might just crack. If I win the league, win whatever, retain the Champions League, I might just get the hell out of here. Like, none of that.
Totally agree. You know what it is, right? I mean, if he goes, then every single club would be jumping for joy as well. Then the race could be wide open. You got to love we are the Geordies. Haaland to team for a new challenge, maybe. I tell you what,
I'd rather in better form. At the moment, I wouldn't want him because he's in terrible form.
If I did come to the team, would he know about the Greggs and Weatherspoons?
Of course he would. His dad would have told him. His dad would have told him all about
that. I'll tell you what, you got to love Jez as well. Jez, why don't I guest best messages and not the rest of us, John? Now, I demand we each get one. You know what? Lorraine is my agent.
Good man. Yeah, good for you.
Good for you, Jez. Fair enough. I do apologise. I mean, I did like a follow. I think I did a Sunday Fives. Yeah, I did everyone. I did put Lorraine's name down, and then she replied back with a sad icon because she felt left out. And I had to beg, I had to apologise, I had to plead, give her another chance, and she gave us another chance. So I've got him in next time as well. So yeah, I mean the thing is, right? I mean, in Paul's side, would you be disappointed about Newcastle going in the Super League? Would you be disappointed if our owners decided to take it on?
100%. It would make me question, and like I said, what I was talking about with being, talking about the trolls, it would make me question the whole process of supporting my own club, which I'd hate because I love, I live and breathe Newcastle. Like it's been my entire life growing up following them through good, bad, and awful. And it would make me question my own support for the club. It's that serious. It would make me think, do I want to support this type of corporate machine that we're just, we're bidding off everything that means something to us in football to earn a bit more money when we've already got. There's no joke. We've got money that's going to last us for billions of lifetimes. We've got enough money. We don't need more money. We've literally got the richest owners in the world. So I don't know why we need to claw for more money because we've got it. I know FFP and all that exists, but realistically, of all the clubs that need the Super League, we don't. Out of all of them, we don't need it because we have so much money behind us. So it would make me. Like I said, I don't know how you feel, John, but it would make me question whether I can even support the club as much as I do. It really would make me question my allegiance to Newcastle. I'll probably go and support Gateshead.
Well, I'm still going to support Newcastle, and whoever it be in the conference, I'll still support Newcastle 100%. But at the end of the day, I'll be very, very, very disappointed if we do get in the Super League. And it's all about the money, and I'll be very, very disappointed. And I know the younger fans will want it, but for us, we don't want it at all whatsoever. People say, get to the times. It's all about the dollar sign. And no, I'm sorry. I'll just all have it how it is. The Super League, it's the Premier League. It's as simple as that. And I have to go with Joe that all the way along. So let's go on through speed comments as well. If we go ask Drew as well. Yes, I want the Super League. Jess and Alan, I bet the Super League will be Mafia and Run, and I wouldn't be surprised. Paul, you can go support Whitley if you ditch NUSC.
That's it.
That's it.
Back to my roots. Roots.
Exactly. Joe, I'll ask you the same question, man. Would you be disappointed if Villa enter the Super League?
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm the same as Paul. I live and breathe Aston Villa. I went to my first game when I was 4 years old. I'm now 31. I've been to cup finals. I've been to playoff finals. We've lost. We've been relegated. We had probably one of the best seasons last season. From where we were to where we finished, and my dream was to always, when I was a little kid, to play at Villa Park.
Yeah.
Just to score a goal in the whole team. That still is. Do you know what? If someone said to me, Joe, play 90 minutes at Villa Park, score in the whole end, yeah, I wouldn't care if I broke both my legs. I'd do it. I'd definitely question my support for them because, I said at the end of the day, like, it's, the supporters are the mainstay of any football club, no matter who you support, whether it's Aston Villa, Newcastle United, Wealdstone Raiders in London. It doesn't matter. It's the football fans are number one. I know clubs don't make it; they are number one, but they are number one. If you ain't got we all seen the after effects of COVID when no fans were let in. They seen all the literally the financial implications and all the the atmosphere. The atmospheres were horrendous. Like there was no atmosphere because it was.
Remember the pumping crowd noise? That was terrible. That.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was. It was
when we scored.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this. Joe Linton scored for who did we play? It was 2. We won 2-0, and Joe Linton scored the second goal, and it had that pumped in noise. And they played in booing, and it was at St James's Park, and they pumped in booing.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, but that's just kind of like that's it's we want fans to be priority, like, and putting that Super League into my club would make, and a lot of fans think, well, we've got one owner who's American, one owner who's Egyptian, but I think those two get it. I think they're like your owners. They're switched on. They know what the fans with you guys. Your club wanted Eddie Howe. You got him. You got Isaac. You got him. You got Botman. You got him. Trippier. You got him. We wanted Diaby. We got him. We wanted Pau Torres. We got him. I think the owners get the club and the fans. So I don't think Newcastle Villa would go into it. They probably wouldn't get asked, but I don't think even if they were, I think they'd just go, no, because we're doing our own thing. We want to get into the Champions League the proper way. We want to break into that top 4. So yeah, it would definitely question. I question my. I probably just wouldn't watch football again. I'll probably just start watching netball or something. So I'd start. So, but no, I don't think. I'm not worried about. I'm not too fussed about. As long as the English teams stay out of it, I'm just kind of like, you carry on. Like you if you want Barcelona against Real Madrid every other week, with literally no one watching it, I'd carry on. Don't bother me. So, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm just happy that we're not getting. We're probably not high profile to get involved in that conversation. So, we just lay on. We'll just do it. The likes of us and yourselves, and the other clubs who are gate crashing those European places. We just carry on, and we'll just get bigger and better, and then all of a sudden, all these other clubs, and the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Man City, the likes of United, the likes of Spurs, Liverpool, will start realising then they might have to. That Super League might be an option for them because. I've said, like, I'll always say, we beat Arsenal and Man City in the space of 3 days. And it probably made them question thinking, are we really that bad now that we're getting beat by Villa? Or a Villa that good? Or a Villa that good? Because I think we're that good. I think we bullied Man City. And to be fair, we didn't play well against Arsenal, but they just couldn't score. I mean, it was apparently, it was because Arteta wasn't on the touchline, they lost.
Okay.
Or it was, hang on, I've got a good one here. I think it was because Arsenal Fan TV said it was because of the wind. I think he blamed the wind.
Man.
And I'm telling you now, both that's a genuine. He said that. I think it was Robbie, after the game, I don't think the wind helped. And I said, you do know that we had to play with the wind. It didn't just blow in your direction; it blew in our direction as well. It doesn't just pick. It doesn't pick on a team. It picks on everything around it. And so again, I think it's. I'm glad Chelsea and Man City not being in it is probably good, because they're probably the two obviously yourselves as well. They're probably the two most known financial powerhouses with the their spends. Both got charges hanging over them. Well, no, I think Man City have no, but to Chelsea, but good to see them not do it. But again, like Paul, you said, like Liverpool and Arsenal don't come out with one by end of tomorrow. I think there's going to be fans thinking. You are generally thinking about it, aren't you? Because the thing is with Arsenal, they probably, I don't know. I think that club is just, I don't know what that club would do, because they're that weird. Their fan base is so strange. It's just like, it just kind of really worries me what they think and what the hierarchy think, because their fans think that this is 2004 where they're invincible, but they came to Villa Park and they got beat. So it's my view. I don't know what their point of view go. Yeah, we might go into this because it might be quite fun. Trips to Portugal, Turkey, Switzerland, or we might go to Kazakhstan and play someone. I wouldn't recommend it, but they might do. But we'll see. I'm not bothered about it, mate. To be honest.
Fair enough. What I said meant was, Leslie, would the fans want it? I mean, it was my bad. I mean, oh God, I don't know what I was going to say. Why the fans want it? The Super League, talk about the Super League as well. But what I meant to say was, do you think they want the Super League? Yes or no? And my bad. Do apologise. That one, they couldn't afford it. You're quite right there. Joe just offers. Joe, can I ask you, what's the Villa fans' opinion of Martinez, a goalkeeper? He's a good keeper, but oh my God, he's a wind-up merchant. Like no more here.
So we are the Geordies. And get yourself to Man U. They want a striker. I'm too good for Man United, mate. He's Martinez. This sounds really biased, but in my view, he's got the Yashin Trophy, which is the world's best keeper, and I will describe him as the world's best goalkeeper. He is a wind-up merchant. He does it a lot, and you'd be surprised the things he does that off camera. I've seen him at corners. We had him when we were in the Conference League against Warsaw. He kept, I think it was a centre back trying to push him around, and Martinez kept pinching his shoulder. They'll just give him little pinches with his gloves, and the player got put off because when the player was looking at him, the corner went over the player's head, went out for a throw-in. But he is a wind-up merchant. I think I don't condone his thing on Sunday when he tried to pick up Maupay off the floor. I looked at it and said I didn't like that. That was probably so. I don't like it because you've pushed him. You gave him a little. It wasn't even a shove. It was like a tap, but he felt like a ton of bricks. It's a 92nd minute. We're 2-1 up. If he wants to waste time pretending he's injured, he can crack on. But at the end of the day, that little scuffle ended up with Kamara getting sent off. So again, that was probably something I think because Emery wasn't happy. His post-match thingy, he wasn't happy with the way that game ended. But he is a wind-up merchant, I think. But I think all the clubs have. I think a lot of clubs have got him. I just think you don't see as much as with him.
Wilson. Yeah, we've got one.
Yeah,
Callum Wilson is a massive merchant.
Jacob Murphy.
I think. I remember when was it last season against Southampton? A player got sent off, and he walked past him. He just went, bye-bye. and I just but the thing is, things like that, I'm kind of like, I don't mind that, but it's just like, it's the antics and the dramatics, and it's like, it doesn't just, but the thing is now with the game's out of control because, and I hate to bring it up, because VAR and the referees are absolutely dreadful.
Oh, shocking, isn't it?
Horrendous. Absolutely. I mean, I'll say it like your the tackle on Gordon, that boy Saido, and then I think it Redknapp said it's a second minute. Oh, okay, well, all right. So you could 2-foot someone in the third minute. Oh, don't send him off. You're only 3 minutes in. What a load of waffle! That was a horrendous. That was horrendous. That was that. Do you know what? I seen it like live, but when they showed the replay, I had to twitch my leg and go, "Oh, that I felt that really." You know, but the quality of the refereeing doesn't help.
It's injured him as well.
That's it. Yeah, it's in him. I think he came out second half. I think he went on a run, and I think he got outpaced, and you could tell he thought, "Bloody hell, you're not right," and he went off, and I just think it's just the referees aren't the help at the moment. I think that's probably the one thing I'll probably say that's bad about the Premier League is the standard of officiating.
No,
I'll probably say the one.
100%. You know what it is, right? That VAR, if it's happened on the night, considerably off after 2 minutes, yeah. But had it been one of our players, like a Bruno, he would have been sent off anyway for a tackle like that. Because that tackle on Gordon was worse than the one Bruno did last season in semi-finals of the Carling Cup. He went off as well. But it's just the referee we had, the Australian lad, he was poor, absolutely poor. He's supposed to come here to make a difference. He's just getting worse.
Callum Wilson got pushed over and got a yellow card for it.
Yeah.
What was the one with Wilson? Was he on the floor and Romero stomped on him?
Yeah.
Oh no, that was
Spurs. That was Spurs game. That was Spurs, weren't it?
Yep. That was Spurs game. Havertz as well. Havertz on Longstaff as well.
Yes, yeah. You see, it's just common. It's not common. I don't get. It's like with. I think it was the Brentford game. Ben Mee tackled Leon Bailey, and he put his leg on top of his shin, and you see it live, and that's a red card. The ref's about 4 yards away. He gives a yellow card. Oh, hang on. Go to VAR. You look at the screen, and the actual screen actually shows the ref actually looking at it. And what are you watching? And I said, if Leon Bailey's leg's planted, he's broke his leg. That's probably 12 months out. But it's just
some refs now. I think the problem is as well that I've seen it said a lot. Some refs they're too reliant on the VAR. They're almost like scared to give an opinion, and then they think, well, if I get it's wrong, I'm gonna look like a mug and have to give the red card away. So it's almost like they're too scared to be like, oh, I think it's a red, but I'll give a yellow because VAR will put me right. And it should just be. I think it has a red. I'm going to stick by it. You know what I mean? It's sad, according to VAR, even if they go to the screen, apparently, and they say, no, you're wrong. If the ref says, no, I'm right, apparently, allegedly, it's the ref who makes the last decision, allegedly. So even if they say, you're wrong, the ref can go, no, thank you, I'm right. So shut up. But they never do. They always go. They always go on the screen. Everyone knows if there's a pen and that's not given, they go to screen. It's a penalty. If it's not a red card now and they go to the screen, everyone knows it.
Exactly. Ridiculous.
To say to yourself, well, that's a pen because they've gone to the screen.
Well, the one against PSG is never a penalty. I'm sorry, but that's gone now.
The ref even said no pen twice.
And he went over there because I was there. I was in the ultras underneath, but you know what? I was safe. Saying that, Joe, I wouldn't mind. Sorry, well, go on, mate. Go on.
No, I was saying that what annoys me as well about VR, we're on a different rant now, but they showed him two angles of that handball, but not the one where it hit his chest. And that's what frustrates you more. They show you all the angles that you don't want to see, apart from the one you want to. It really frustrates you. So you're like, well, if you would have seen that angle, you would have known. But they don't show them that angle. And then on Sky or BT or whatever, they keep showing you the angle that this referee didn't see.
Ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah. Doesn't make sense, doesn't it, man? Doesn't make sense. It needs to be revamped. Joe, has Villa had any injuries compared to the two this season?
I mean, I don't think we could beat the two this season. Bloody for injuries, absolutely not. We've had obviously Buendia out a few days before the start of the season. We had obviously Mings go off, stretching off against you guys. We've had Moreno out since. Moreno's just started coming back. He was out since April this year. Same with Ramsey, got injured in the summer at the Euros with the under-21s. And I think we've got Tielemans out now for 2 weeks. Pau Torres is out tomorrow. I think he's back. He might be back for Man United, but they're not sure. But we haven't. I mean, if we get another 1 or 2 injuries, potentially we could well have a problem because we haven't got the strength in depth, unfortunately. If Watkins was to get injured tomorrow, we'd be very much banging trouble. But
you'd be stuck,
But I think he knows when to rest players, when to play them. So like he does give Duran, the other striker, time in the Europa League, Conference League, even in the league. But I'm confident midfield wise and defence wise we're okay, but up top we may well be. I think January we'll go for a striker. We will try and sign a striker. So, but no, not compared to Newcastle. Newcastle's injuries are pretty. I was looking at them after the Chelsea game the other night, and I thought, wow, you've obviously got Tonali out due to other reasons, but Pope being out for 5 months is near enough a season ender, isn't it? Really, you'd have thought potentially. You've had Botman out for a while.
Good to have him. That's been positive. Back.
Yeah, and obviously Gordon as well. You've had Isaac and
season.
Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes. You've had Isaac and Wilson. Wilson and Isaac are having like little spells where one's out, the other's not. Then the other's out, the one's not. But
because you have to keep playing. Like if Wilson's not injured, he has to keep playing. Isaac gets injured because he's been filling in for Wilson. Wilson then gets cropped, and then Isaac has to play. It's a vicious circle of those two.
Yeah. No, it's a weird. The injuries they're just mad. I've not known like start of the season for us to get 2 cruciate injuries in the space of 3 days. That was just unheard of me. Like, but it's just got to. We just crack on with it. It's just every team has to like kind of get. I mean, like the likes of Man City and Chelsea, they can afford to spend all that money and somehow get away with it. Like they bought on against yourselves. They bought Mudryk on. They bought that Nkunku on. They bought on. That's nearly £150 million worth of players, and they somehow. I wouldn't say they get away with it. I imagine it will catch up with them, but. I looked at that Chelsea team and I thought, not one of them players getting in our Villa team, and I don't think they get in your team either because they're just not that good. I just don't think they're. I think Mudryk. I think he chuffed to pieces, celebrates like he's. But you capitalised on a mistake from a player who doesn't make mistakes. I feel sorry. I do when Trippier made the mistake, missed the penalty. I generally thought I felt sorry for him because he's been probably one of your best signings in recent years. Yeah. And I think that's just kind of... I've seen fans get on his back as well, which was amazing.
Mate.
You know what? I'm absolutely... I saw some comments after I think it was the Everton game, and it was just a comment of... I think it was replying to the full-time result, and it just said, bin Trippier off, useless. And I was like, you got to be a Sunderland fan. And he was a Newcastle fan. He had 2,000 followers. He was active quite a lot on Twitter. And I thought, all right, I'll have him. We'll take him. I'd probably take him I'll take him any day of the week. He's made 2-3 mistakes, but I said at the end of the day, the last 18 months, 2 years, he's been absolutely unbelievable.
Phenomenal.
So it's just.
And then we were saying yesterday that it's one of those where 3 mistakes or whatever it is, like he's also unlucky on the fact that all 3 of them have led to a goal. But normally, if you can make mistakes in football, and sometimes it leads to a shot or whatever, leads to an attack. But it's rare, it's just that bad luck, that rub of the green. I mean, because yesterday, the Chelsea game as well, all of the bobbles, all of the second balls, like everything in that game just seemed to bobble to a Chelsea player. It seemed like it was one of those games that every pass we hit like a bit long or whatever just went straight to a Chelsea player. It just, I mean, it's just, it's unfortunate. I know what Trippier's trying to do. He's trying to head it back to the Bravo. and calm the situation down. He's got it wrong. He knows. He ain't stupid. He knows he's messed up. He knows. He had the guts to stand up for the because he wanted to rectify it. But that's, the problem is his head's already gone. That's the problem. And then the worst thing is he misses it, and then his head's gone even worse. That's why I feel for him, that he tried to rectify it, because the fact smacks in, and it's a great penalty. Everyone's going, well, he's messed up, but he's paid. He's got it back. That's where Trippier's head was. That's where his head was.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, we want Trippier to be back to form. I'll not be costing him. There's just no way. He's ours. He is the pioneer of Newcastle United. Without him, right, no other top quality players will walk following through the door, I tell you. Joe has more empathy with our own players, some of our fans. The way clubs without, he's right, by the way, without the income would be FFP to have a great recruiting team, buying cheap and big. Brighton have done amazing well within the FFP. Unbelievable, man. And not on there. Trips to class that he is tired and only human. I totally agree. And it's really concerning unless we can lose our player-fan relationship that we all enjoyed. All this, cheers. Again, I can't add anything to that at all whatsoever. I think you are so right. Right, we're going to end it there, guys. Going to wrap the show up and get the Super League and a bit of Newcastle and Villa on top as well. And Lamminati don't give a, we're not going to talk to that as well, but you're both correct. So 2 streams today and a day. The transfer show's already out there. Do give that a watch. Also as well, the Super League tonight. If you missed it, please give it a watch as well. And it's been a good show tonight. And in my opinion, no thanks, because you know why? It will destroy the smaller clubs. So thanks very much for the chat. And Joe, where can we find you, man? What you got coming up?
I'm off till Christmas, so you're going to find me most likely in a pub. Villa Park are in a pub now until January the 2nd. So I'm going. It's going to be a very long. It starts tomorrow with the Villa against Sheffield United. So, but you guys are down. You guys have got us, ain't you, end of January? Are you coming down to Villa?
Yeah.
You coming down to Villa Park?
If I get a ticket, I will do. I mean, is it a night? It's a 8:15 kickoff, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's a joke. It's horrendous. That is. What are they doing? 8:15 on TNT Sports. Oh, mate, that's just...
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
They've done the same thing for Arsenal away. They've done the same thing that Arsenal's at 8 o'clock and the last train's at 10. They don't care about fans. They just do not care about fans at all.
No. It's just all money. They've done it with us. I think our game with Man United was 3 o'clock Saturday. They changed it to 8:15 Saturday night, Boxing Day.
What is that
and
about?
I think the last train is 10 to 10. So unless you watch only the first hour, you're not coming. You're staying.
Exactly.
You got to get a coach it, but that's just it's mad. It's like the Man City game at Villa Park. That was 8:15 kickoff. I didn't finish till just gone 10 because of added time. But it's just getting mad now. And I think I was looking at my phone today. And I think out of our next 8 games, 7 of our games are on TV. We've got, I think we got another Northern team. We've got Middlesbrough in the FA Cup, so we're going to send them packing with bugger all. So hopefully, but But find me somewhere in Birmingham, Villa Park or a pub. I won't be anywhere else, so they know where to find me.
Cool stuff. I'll be there as well. If I get a ticket, I'll be going to the match as well.
Good man.
There's another troll in the chat as well. I mean, he's in the bin. So Paul, you got anything coming up, mate? You got any plans? I'll do the Christmas shopping tomorrow, by the way. Get some food. I'm gonna need it. I'm down to 15 stone, and hey, what?
I wish I was 15 stone.
Love it.
No, the usual stuff. We've obviously got the game on Saturday. I'm not going to it. Because I'm not going to the next game. I'm going to is Sunderland. So just obviously just catch up with that for the 3 o'clock kickoff, and then usual Christmas stuff. Got all the presents from Amazon. Thank you, Amazon. They got me my presents way before Christmas. So I'll if you want to sponsor us, Amazon, you're more than welcome to, of course. Hit us up in the chat, and we'll do a sponsorship deal. No problem. No, that was good. So I got all my presents sorted. Yeah, food shop's done. So yeah, just the usual Christmas stuff with all the family. Go to Newcastle to see some of the family up there, and then do all that sort of stuff. And then yeah, Boxing Day for Nottingham Forest. Is it Nottingham Forest?
Yeah, Nottingham Forest at home. I'm doing a match reaction show as well after that. And if you want to come on for that, that'd be amazing. I've got 2 Forest fans coming on for the preview, Laura Forest and Talk Forest TV. So they're both coming on. They checked out my channel and they think I'm brilliant. So that's their words, not mine. So, and go for it if you've got to.
Brilliant as well.
Say again.
Did they say I was brilliant as well?
Yeah. And a chat, of course, as well. And don't forget Les, Chairs, Jules, and Lorraine as well. And all the people in chat, Alan, Gary, all the guys as well. Love you all. We go through this comments before we wrap the show up. We are the Geordies. Thank you, Chairs. Thank you, we are Geordies TV as well. Best of the NFC show. John, Paul, join the chat. You know what, Alan? Tell the trolls that as well.
We don't shout at our fans. Just take a little dig there. We don't shout at our own fans. We don't scream at our own fans. We don't scream at each other. That's my dig over.
Fact. And you know what it is, right? I'm going to away games. I'm going to keep doing my YouTube. And if you don't like it, cry more. We'll be back again tomorrow for the preview show. We've got big money, big January. We haven't did Gary fee. We need to get that as well, mate. Hit the likes. Thank you, Leslie. You take care, Alan, as well. We love you lots. JK, great to see you back again. Thank you very much indeed. To you, Leslie. Good luck on shopping. It's a nightmare. You know what? I'm going to if I find a parking space, it's not going to be so bad. I've got that turkey crown as well. It's going to be the quality and the cost as well. So if I can get it, cool. See what happens. So, guys, thanks for coming on in the chat as well. I'll go with you guys backstage. If you like the channel, like what you watch, hit the like, subscribe buttons as well. I'll be back for the preview show tomorrow for the Luton game, the match reaction on Saturday after the Luton game, and also the preview for the Forest game at home. And got a couple of Forest fans coming as well. Like and subscribe. And as always, up the mags.